Newcastle were handling more balls than P. Diddy and Philip Schofield, fam. It was bare freak-offs going on and nothing given.
Absolutely disgraceful. Tottenham's player, Lucas Bergvall, got to the ball first. He's trying to play the ball to his right back so that we can get in on a transition. And the ball hits the Newcastle player's hand and goes directly to their striker, who just plays one pass. And then Anthony Gordon scores. And from Spurs being on a transition, being 1-0 up, suddenly it's equalised. And that's what VAR is for me. It's for the shockers. It's for the goals that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for foul play. And that is foul play. Because even though it wasn't a handball on purpose, and even though the hand is by his arms, right, that stops it.
You kick the ball, and the dude hits it with his hand, accidentally, and they go and score a goal off this. Now, Lucas Bergvall, the pass didn't do him any favors, and his pass didn't do him any favors after that either. And Joel Linton playing a little bit of basketball here, hitting him with the ISO crossover. You know, I've seen that happen to us, and they ain't never showed us no sympathy. But anyway, we're not going to complain. We're not going to cry. We might, maybe a little wham-wham here and there, but we'll have to get through it.
Refereeing was atrocious, blood. Newcastle were handling more balls than P. Diddy and Philip Schofield, fam. It was bare freak-offs going on and nothing given. And don't tell me, where could he have put his hand, X? He could have put his hand in his pocket, fam. He could have put his hand behind his back like defenders do. That was an absolute robbery, yeah? Abracadabra, Krept and Conan should get royalties from this defeat. It was a robbery.
For him to not give the handball on the pitch, disgusting. For VAR not to overturn it is a shocker, absolutely disgraceful. And I'm like Ange, I don't like to complain about referees too much, but for me, that is an absolute piss take.
I get it. No Son, no Maddison, plus the injuries we had. That was not a team that was actually going to create a lot of chances. But that being said, there were some really bad performances today.
Just look at the team we had to field today. We've lost so many players this season. Forget AIA. We should be sponsored by Rizla. I'm telling you, fam, we've lost more players than Robbie's lost weight.
Tottenham today, as Newcastle, celebrate as if they've won the league, playing against a bunch of reserve teams, basically a team who are playing their third choice goalkeeper who's never played a senior game in his life. In the end, Dragusin had to go off, so 0 fit centre halves, having to play a right back and a central midfielder in centre back, one of whom's 18 years old, the other who's like 23, never played centre back in his life. Newcastle fans going at it like it's the biggest win of their lives. Embarrassing.
Like, we are down to our bones. John Jones, that's what it is, fam. We are literally down to the bare bones. And these owners better be shopping January. I don't give a damn. They bet January sales. January sales, blood. These man better be bringing in some reinforcements, bruv, because we are getting destroyed.
I don't understand why we have a manager who's just like really bad at doing the logical things. Like even in the second half, we still weren't playing that well, and it was so clear. The subs to make Son, Maddison, Basuma, take off Johnson, take off Werner, take off Sarr, and he leaves Johnson on for 90 minutes. Brennan Johnson did 2 good things in 90 minutes. Why has he stayed on this football pitch? If you play Kulusevski off the right, then you have Bergvall in the midfield, who is actually having a decent game. You have Maddison there, and then you have Basuma to protect. But no, we don't do any of these things.
This manager does not have a tactical bone in his body when it comes to changing games. And when he does make a change, it's always conveniently the wrong one.
Our manager, for whatever reason, thinks he knows more than everyone else and just doesn't want to do the logical thing in the critical moments. This is what you get paid to do. Like, you get paid to make critical, positive decisions, in-game management. That's what you want to see from your manager. And our manager's in-game management, it just isn't it.
And when it comes down to Ange Postecoglou making a tactical change, he takes off Bergvall, who is the only player who can actually dribble with the ball. We saw it in the first half, that 55-yard ball carry, and you heard the stadium's reaction.
This guy needs to start trusting the players we've got, and maybe we'll be avoiding the injuries we're getting. Because the way Udogie's been run to the ground, he needs a break. Porro's needed a break. Jed Spence could have played. You get me? Van der Ven's hamstrings definitely have needed a break. You know what I'm saying? Dragerson, he couldn't get a game at the start of the season. Our squad has been mismanaged by the manager, and that's fact. Say what you want. You get me? Ange has mismanaged the squad when we've had a fully fit team. And now look at us. We're in disarray Mysterio, disarray Charles. You get me, fam? So many man out, bro. You get me? Pride Festival FC, I've said it already, bro. That's what it is.
The damage is done. Get this manager out of the football club. The tactical change to take off Bergvall for Maddison when Brennan Johnson is absolutely stinking the joint up. Get this manager out. Enough's enough. The damage is done. 10 defeats now. Every single week I'm coming on here talking about a defeat. Lost to Chelsea, lost to Liverpool, drew with Wolves, lost to Forest. Lost to Newcastle twice this season. Lost to Bournemouth. But we beat Manchester City, so everything's rosy. Get this manager out and bring a manager in who can actually change games with tactical changes or actually change his style of play to suit the players he's got available. We're still going gung-ho.
It's just not good enough. That's 10 losses. That's 10 losses. You've given me how many losses already this season, and it just keeps continuing. I don't understand how Andrew's still in the job. I'm going to be honest. I know you're going to say injuries X, but I'm telling you, he has a part to play in these injuries. He does. You get me, fam? The way he's overworked these players and the style of football that we play, and you don't want to rotate.
The reality is, I said before the Christmas period, if we lost all 3 games, I could not see a future for Ange Postecoglou at this club. The way that Daniel Levy sacks managers. I think at the moment, with the way that the injury crisis has gone, with Udogie going down as another injury, I think with the illness, the way it's gone through the squad this week, I don't think Levy can and will sack him. I think he'll be given definitely the Carabao Cup semi-finals, maybe even the rest of the Europa League. And I just think, basically, he's come out this week in his interviews, Ange Postecoglou, and said none of those big players like Van der Ven, like Romero, like Davis are going to be back before February. So it's going to be more of this until February.
Let's get this brother out. I've had enough. I've had enough. Let's go. Nah. Bon Postecoglou. Nah, get him out. Nah, yeah. Boy, let's go. And out. We're gonna freestyle on this, brother. Get Ange out.
For me, I don't see how he can make a change. Would you change it? Let me know in the comments. Would you bring Ryan Mason in as an interim? He's not going to get a manager in from elsewhere. And as far as I'm concerned, the way that it's gone for Amorim at Manchester United shows that to try and get a manager in from elsewhere, I think would be completely pointless anyway.